Hello guys. My name is Annie Manes and with my classmates Omar Flores and Sabrina Hoyos, we are going to talk about the culture about Mexico. Mexico is a country rich in traditions, art, history, and cuisine. It's one of the most vibrant cultures in the world, with a fusion of indigenous roots and Spanish colonial influence. Mexico has a long history. Before the arrival of the Spanish in the 16th century, advanced civilizations such as los Olmecas, los Mayas, Zapotecos, y los Aztecos already exist, leaving behind pyramids, systems, mathematical systems, languages, and traditions. In 1521, the Aztec Empire was conquered by the Spanish, led by Hernán Cortés. Thus began the colonial period, which lasted almost 300 years. Mexico achieved its independence in 1821. Since then, it has experienced wars, revolutions such as the famous Mexican Revolution of 1910, and a constant evolution that blends indigenous and European influences. Mexico has one of the richest and most diverse cultures in the world. Its identity is the result of a fusion of indigenous roots and European influence. Well, the family is the central core of Mexican society. Family ties are very strong, even among cousins, aunts, uncles, and grandparents. The hospitality is an important characteristic. Mexicans tend to be very kind and open to foreigners. Respect for elders, religiousness, and joy are present in daily life of Mexicans. Mexico has more than 60 living indigenous languages in addition to Spanish. Another subculture is the youth subculture. Um, Young people who can be the traditional with the mother. Some people listen to mariachi and reggaeton song and also eat tacos, but they go to a Starbucks. Well, some interesting facts about Mexico are: 1. Mexico is the country with the most World Heritage sites in Latin America. 2. The chocolate was invented by the Mesoamerican people. Cacao was so valuable that it was used as currency. 3. The largest pyramid in the world by volume is in Mexico, called La Gran Pirámide de Cholula. 4. They have more than 200 types of chili peppers, and almost of the food is very spicy. Finally, Mexican Spanish has many unique words like orale, chido, cuate, and güey, which are sometimes not understood outside the country. Well, if I live in Mexico, I will love the cultural richness, but I will also face a cultural shock since I will have a hard time understanding some expression or jokes because they use a lot of double meanings.
One of the most important aspects in the Mexican culture is the Mexican cuisine because it's one of the richest and most diverse in the world. Known for its deep history, symbolic values, and vibrant flavors. In 2010, it was designated an intangible cultural heritage of humanity by UNESCO. It's a blend of indigenous Mesoamericanos, food traditions, and Spanish colonial influence, with later contributions from African, Asian, and Middle Eastern cuisines. Among the traditional ingredients that are part of the entire Mexican culture, we have first corn or maize, the foundation of Mexican cuisine used for tortillas, tamales, atole, pozole, etc. Chilies. Over 60 varieties use fresh, dried, small, grind, or stuffed. Beans. Numerous colors and types, often severed alongside main dishes. Tomato and tomatillo, key to sauces and stuffs. Avocado, nopal, there is a cactus, squash, cocoa, vanilla, native ingredients that still well used. This is the Mexican cuisine in general, but exists the typical food of Mexican subcultures, for example, indigenous community or comunidades indígenas. Their diet is focused on locally grown products, while herbs, corn, beans, mushrooms, and insects. Their food includes chapulines, that is a little insects, mawey, worms, chicatanas, that are flying ants, and dishes like stone soup, there is caldo de piedra, atole, pinole, esquites, there is a type of corn snack. About the Afro-Mexican communities, the strong dishes use of plantains, coconuts, jams, and chili peppers. The dishes include fried fish, black mole, rice-based dishes, and seafood stews. Or other important aspect in the traditional food for celebrations and rituals. The first is the Day of the Dead, and they eat pan de muerto, tamales, mole, and sugar skulls. About the Christmas and New Year, they eat bacalao, romeritos, ponche, there is a fruit punch or fruit drink, and apple salad. In Holy Week, they eat shrimp cakes, cactus, capirotada, and Guelaguetza, there is a festival in Oaxaca. They eat tlayudas, tamales oaxaqueños, and mezcal. In the Mexican Independence Day, they eat chiles in nogada, pozole, tequila, and tostadas. Mexican food is widely known for its bold and spicy flavors, largely to the use of wide variety of chili peppers. From mild to extremely hot chilies like jalapeño, serrano, habanero, and chili de árbol are used in salad, stew, and even drinks. While every dish is overly spicy, many traditional recipes rely on chilies to add deep aroma and heat. Spiciness in Mexican cuisine isn't just about intensity, it's also about flavor complexity, with each type of chili bringing its own unique taste and character. If I travel to Mexico as a Colombian, I would like to experience a cultural shock when it comes to the spiciness of the food. In Colombia, while we enjoy flavored dishes, spicy food isn't a central element of our cuisine. In Mexico, however, chili peppers are present in almost every meal, from breakfast to dinner, and even in snacks and candies. At first, I might find it overwhelming or difficult to enjoy certain dishes because the intense heat What Mexicans consider mild can feel extremely spicy to me.
Hi everyone, today I wanna talk to you about a culture I would love to immerse myself in: Mexico. Why Mexico? Because it's full of vibrant traditions, deep-rooted customs, and a unique way of living that combine history, community, and celebration. Let's explore the heart of this culture and what make it so fascinating. One of the most beautiful traditions is Dia de los Muertos. But it's not about mourning, it's about celebrating the life of loved ones who pass away. Families build altars, decorate them with marigold flowers, candles, photos, and even the favorite food of the deceased. It's colorful, spiritual, and full of life. Another important tradition is piñatas. You might think they're just for kids' parties, but originally they were used to teach religious lessons. Today they're a part of many celebrations and bring people together in a fun and joyful way. Mexican food is also a cultural event. The main meal of the day is comida, usually served in the afternoon, and it's shared with family. It's not just about eating, it's about connecting. And yes, spicy food is everywhere, even for breakfast. In Mexico, family is the center of everything. It's common for several generations to live together, and respect for elder is a strong cultural value. Social life is warm and affectionate. People greet each other with a kiss on the cheek or a hug. And personal space is more smaller than in other cultures. Also, in social settings, being late is not considered rude. Arriving 15 or 30 minutes late is actually quite normal. It's called La Hora Mexicana. Mexico is incredibly diverse. There are many indigenous subcultures like Maya, Zapotec, and Nahua. These communities keep their native language, traditional clothing, and spiritual practice alive. Their connection to nature and community life makes them very different from the dominant urban culture. Another subculture is the urban youth, like skaters, punks, or cholos. They use fashion, music, and street art to express themselves and often challenge traditional values. These groups show how modern and traditional Mexico exists side by side. Okay, but if I live in Mexico, I might experience cultural shock with how intensely connected family are. It's beautiful, but also very different from more independent lifestyles. Also, the spicy food could be hard to handle at first, and understanding indigenous custom would take time, especially since they speak different language and follow a unique tradition. And with youth subculture, I might find their style bold or even confusing at first, but I love to learn more about what they stand for. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed learning about the vibrant culture of Mexico. I'd love to live there one day and be part of this colorful, warm, and exciting way of life. Thank you.